Hello, welcome back. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a custom config. So I'm literally just going to call it custom config, plugin, paper, maven, java 1.21.8. Keep that the same. It's going to stay the same. I'm going to change this to 24.0.2. Perfect, okay. Start by creating a config class. I'm going to get an instance of the main class in here. So final custom config plugin public config custom config plugin. Nope, that's not there. Whoops. And then this dot plugin equals plugin. Okay, and here I'm also gonna. What else do we need? We need the data folder. So this data folder. Oh, file data folder. Struggling. Sorry. Boom. Okay. Let's just make these private. So that data folder equals plugin dot get data folder. We're gonna get the logger. That's also just gonna be this dot. Actually, we can just do plugin dot get logger. This dot logger. This dot logger equals plugin dot get logger. There we go. We need the actual config file. So this name's config file. It's gonna be a file. And this dot config file equals this dot config file equals new file data folder and plugin.yml or config.yml. Perfect, okay. So now I need to make sure there is a data folder. Actually, let's check if file, config file exists first. So if the config file doesn't exist, then we gotta make sure if the data folder doesn't exist. And if data folder dot make dirs. So this is gonna make the directory, but it also returns a boolean. So we can check if it actually does it. If it makes dirs, well, we're gonna check if it doesn't, and if it doesn't, then logger not severe failed to create data folder. And let's disable the plugin. Okay, and return. Then if so if the data folder does exist, it's just gonna come down here. or after it creates it if it doesn't exist. If config file, actually this doesn't return a boolean, I don't think. No, I think it does, never mind. Create new file, yeah it does. We also have to put that in a try. We'll get back to that in a second. And we're gonna check if it doesn't. Logger.severe failed to create config file. We're going to disable the plugin and return. Might as well just copy this. Perfect. Just gonna log it. Fire exception creating config file. Okay. Now down here. Oh, we have to get another thingy. And this isn't going to be final, but it's going to be, yeah, we're going to make it private. Private YAML configuration YML. YML this.yml equals YAML configuration.load config file. Perfect. And we're going to do YML dot options copy defaults true. Let's add a default. We're gonna do YML dot add default. We're just gonna call it word. We can put it as anything, so let's just put it. We multiple words too. My list of words. Blah blah blah. Okay. Now we need to save it. We're gonna make a method to do that. So public void save. Don't need to put anything there. Do YML dot save config file. Try catch. And logger dot severe failed to save config file. We're also going to make a reload method in a second after saving. Save. Perfect. Reload. RML. Oh wait, no, I do YAML configuration dot load configuration file config file. YAML equals that. Whoops. Okay. Then let's make a method to get the string or word or whatever. Get config word. Just we're going to return YML dot get string word. Okay. Custom config private config wait config. This. Okay. And gotta make a way to get the config, so we can't do get config because that's already a method in here, so that's gonna return error. So we're gonna get custom config. Perfect. We're just gonna return config. Oh Jesus, I'm dumb. Okay, not void config because we're returning the config. Okay, we're gonna go here, new package. We're gonna make a commands package. So we're gonna make a new reload command, and we're gonna make a new get string command. So implements command executor. Like changing this to sender. Whoops. Sender. I usually change this to args, but we're not even gonna use it, so I won't this time. We're gonna check if sender. So we can check if the sender is a player by doing this. If sender instance of player, and we can make sure they're a player. But for this scenario, the console can do it too. So if sender dot has permission, we'll do config dot get string. If they have permission, then we also have to get instance of the main class. Custom config plugin. Stop plugin equals plugin. Perfect. Okay. Player. Oh, no, it's player sender. Send message. Plugin. Get custom config dot get config word. Okay. Reload. Sender again. If sender dot has permission, config dot reload. Gotta get instance new class. Public. Reload command. Custom config plugin. Stop plugin equals plugin. And we initialize this in the main class. So that's why this is going to be gray till we put it in the main class. Then plugin dot get custom config dot reload. You know, send them a message. let's go over everything. Actually, we need to put it in here. Okay, set new extruder. We're going to put it reload command and this. Just copy this. Get string. Get string. I'm actually going to change this. I'm going to rename it. Refactor, rename. Get string command. I'm going to change there too. Perfect. Let's go over everything. Okay, looks good. So, file, project structure, artifacts, new jar for modules or dependencies. Okay. And just change that to plugins. Apply. Okay. Build. And I'll go test that in a minute. Alright, I'm going to do get string, my list of words, blah blah blah. And then, alright, I'm going to change it. My list of words, blah blah. No, we'll just do my list. We'll change it to my list. Okay, so I changed it in the config. I'm going to do get string. It should be the same, right? If I do slash reload custom config, and then do it again, my list. And that's it. Make sure you like, subscribe. Join me in the next one.